More callouts.
Yes, and more jump cuts. Welcome back, and we are once again in the entranceway to the cursed clock tower.
And why are we going away from the clock tower?
Well, we have to go up. We have to go up through the northern half now, because last time we went through the bottom half, and we ended up in a place that we, weren't exactly meaning to go.
I like it how that piston you were basically safe on had no blood on it. I think that's a nice touch.
Yes.
Oh,
However, actually going through all of the pistons is a bit difficult.
Yeah, as I could see. I'm getting a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog vibes from these rising and lowering platforms.
Okay.
That's like half of Sonic the Hedgehog, in addition to spikes on the floors and the ceiling everywhere to trip you up.
Yes, literally everywhere. Now, I think you can get through most of the spike puzzles using a combination of double jumping and Puppet Master. However, I am terrible at this game, and I don't ever think to use Puppet Master for this area.
Well, I mean, that goes to figure. You've never done a projectile weapons only run of this game.
Well, it's very difficult to do a projectile weapons only run of the game because you don't get the handgun until this part of the game, and the earliest projectile weapon that you can actually get is the chakram, and that is a rare enemy drop.
So are you suggesting that projectile weapons are basically an invalid weapon choice?
No, because if you want to, you can buy the throwing axes pretty early on. I wouldn't suggest it because there's much more important things that you're supposed to be saving your money for.
Well, why don't you just get all the tricked out projectile attacks? I don't want to beat a dead horse on this, but I feel like you've neglected a very valuable gaming opportunity.
Because most of my bullet souls outclass the projectile attacks.
Yeah.
I'm willing to spend mana for my bullet souls only rarely. Why would I want to go through the entire game just using what is the equivalent of a weaker bullet soul?
More literature.
Yes. In particular, news articles for the special monsters that show up.
I feel like that's another nod to the original Dracula novel. Because the original Dracula, the entire story is told in retrospect by letters written by the characters. Well, not letters, like diary entries. So everything that you read was already, like, pre-written. Nothing really happens. You're only reading what other characters have already experienced.
Right. Carrie was structured like that, and I honestly could not care for trying to read Carrie.
Was that a Stephen King book?
Yeah, Carrie was a Stephen King book, and it's like, this is actually kind of interesting with the direction that they're taking it, but honestly, I could not stand the overall writing scheme for it.
I've never read Stephen King, so I can't comment on how his writing is, but apparently it's gripping and interesting.
It is depending on what you decide to read. My personal thing for reading Stephen King is read the compilation sets of his novellas, because those are actually really good.
You mean like people who put together like 40 Stephen King books?
No, not like those. Like some of the stuff that he published. That's a collection of a bunch of his shorter stories. I really like it when Stephen King does his short stories.
Well, yeah, that's what The Shawshank Redemption was based on. That was based on the short story called Rita Hayworth and The Shawshank Redemption.
Yep. By the way, that movie is awesome.
It is, yeah, it's one of my favorite movies, too. Well, Gerda, you don't have to tell us that you're lost. To me, it looks like you're doing just fine.
No, I am kind of exploring around the upper clock tower, knowing that there's nothing really here for me. Looking for a particular shortcut that I've already almost shown off, but can't actually access yet.
These pendulums, like, I noticed that the bottom of the pendulum is actually a pre-rendered object. It doesn't rotate or anything. Well, I mean, there's a lot of fucking pre-rendered objects in this game. What am I talking about? Save room!
Yes.
I love save rooms.
Save rooms are, in fact, awesome.
Do they restore your health?
Yes, they do.
Oh, cool. Oh, jump cut. Yeah,
Yes.
And I see you got the shit kicked out of you on the way over here.
Yes, I did. I ended up getting juggled around by the Medusa heads quite a bit. Also, the Medusa heads, while annoying, are only a minor complaint for this title. They, yeah, they're here and they're evil, but the only real problems come on when they start throwing the gold Medusa heads at you.
This whole room looks like a gigantic grandfather clock.
This whole area is a gigantic grandfather clock.
Wow, all these save rooms always have that exact same stone architecture, regardless of where you are. Weren't we just in the clock tower?
Yes, we are still in the clock tower.
Like, how do we know that when we enter that room, we're actually sent to a geographic location on the map and not just teleported to the same room over and over again?
Because you can keep track of your indicator on the minimap.
Oh shit! It's Wolverine.
Well, it's Wolverine's a more versatile but less impressive cousin, Zephyr.
I'm going to stab you. Oh wow, he's doing that light fade thing when things move really fast. What do you call that?
Technically he's traversing at the speed of light, but
Hadouken! What was that, a counterattack?
yes, he has a counterattack. If you attempt to strike him while he's charging up for his knife, while he's charging up for his aerial knife barrage, he will charge at you instead.
Jesus.
Mind you, he's actually a really easy boss. I just ended up taking a lot of damage from him.
Wow, he missed.
Not only did he miss, but I knocked several of the knives out of the air. Honestly, the knife barrage is a pathetically easy attack.
Well, yeah, especially when the computer just plain fucks up, because it looked like you only had like 1/10 of a second to respond to that after the time goes back into effect.
Yeah, you only really have a tenth to about a tenth of a second to really respond to it. But you know, in that tenth of a second, you can already be swinging your sword.
Exactly.
Also, he will Vega off of the walls if you put him in this position.
He'll do what?
Vega. It's a Street Fighter 2 character.
I don't understand the reference.
Vega has the ability to jump off of walls.
Oh. Well, I mean, this guy... Oh, is that it? Is he dead?
Let's see. Do I get the steal correct? I do! Just barely.
Yeah, he turns into a skeleton.
Yes.
So that means he was a vampire, and his flesh was eviscerated, leaving behind the mortal remains of his bones. Quickly, you must cut off his head and scatter his ashes over the Atlantic Ocean.
Saving. I should have cut this out.
That's alright. So you got more health now, you're up to 492.
Yes. At the end of the game, I'll probably have upwards of 600.
I like it how it's snowing, even though there's a ceiling above your head.
Oh, look, it's no longer snowing.
Yay.
No, go down, thank you. This is the shortcut that I was attempting to activate earlier that I unfortunately forgot that I have to defeat Zephyr first in order to get access to.
That's a pretty moon.
Yeah, the moon is nice.
I like that moon. Yeah, I love how the gears and the pendulums look against either the gray stone or the other like brown wooden effects. Like I said, it looks just like the inside of a grandfather clock. It looks how shall I put it? Like Antigua.
Antigua.
Yes. And now we got fucking looks like flying heads.
Yeah, Medusa heads. You know about Medusa heads, don't you?
Do they petrify you?
The gold ones do.
Well, what color are these?
These are the gold ones.
Oh shit. Climbing, scaffolding. Thank God for these platforms.
Or whatever his equivalent is in this universe.
Are those like tower turrets, or are those like pyramids in the background?
I want to say that those are tower turrets, but I'm not sure. And anyway, now that we have Zephyr in hand, we need to head back to Dark Chapel to explore an area that we've already supposed to have cleared.
Oh god, what's another game where like you're always using the spoils of bosses in order to proceed with the game? I
Metroid.
can think of Metroid, Kirby.
Whoa. Kirby almost never gets spoils of bosses. He gets spoils of mini-bosses, but very rarely spoils of bosses.
But you know what I mean. You get spoils of enemies. I mean, you get very powerful demon souls, apparently from normal enemies in this game.
Kind of.
Devil May Cry is another one.
Yeah.
Because I remember... I mean, I can't remember the names, but I do remember there's like a chimera that you have to kill, and then you get like 2 really powerful swords that are like brothers.
That's not Chimera, that's Agni and Rudra.
I can't remember. Do I look like somebody who plays Capcom games? Don't answer that question. There's skeleton... God damn it, there's skeletons hanging everywhere.
Yes.
Jesus.
Also Guillotiner, one of my favorite bullet souls. Unfortunately, I have yet to get him. That's the area that we need to go to, but I want to finish showing off the rest of the Dark Chapel area. Oh look, this door! We'll be seeing this door again.
Wait, Yorick, I'll be back with weapons. Fucking kill this pig. I want pork chops.
This is the Hellbore.
Wait. Yeah, hey, guess what? Boar meat is pretty high in iron and potassium. No, it's not. Fucking snake.
Well, White Dragon, but close enough.
They keep using that graphic where there appears to be a doorway heading into the background from the foreground, but you can't enter it.
I know, it is sad.
So, well, why is it there?
Aesthetic appeal?
It looks more like a tease.
I keep looking back into my accessories because the power belt that we got as early as the last time we were here in Dark Chapel is still the best freaking accessory that I've seen.
God damn it, but these traps are getting really dangerous.
Well, these traps have been here for a long time.
They've had years of practice.
No,
Like-
not Skeleton. Need to switch over to Puppet Master.
So how much damage does your sword do now?
Depends on the enemy, but apparently somewhat low to mid 40s.
Right, well that did 53. I don't suppose you can destroy that trap, can you?
No, you cannot destroy the traps.
Okay.
And here we have,
Subterranean hell.
yes, Subterranean Hell. Sadly, Cloud is a little bit ahead of me. Damn.
Oh, am I? Oh, wait. Eh.
You're not that far ahead. You're not far enough ahead to me where we should fix it now. Just don't worry about it.
No, I'm not worried about it. Another save room.
Yes.
Now, if this was up to me, I would constantly be spamming the shit out of these save rooms because they fully restore health.
And I do, but I don't show off each of my trips to the save room.
Good man.
And here we are coming up to one of the most buffed enemies in the game, the Cave Troll.
The cave troll.
Yes. I have already killed him.
Is it anything like the mountain troll?
No.
That's a troll?
No. This is Rahab. Rahab is the water boss. Because every game ever must have a water boss. It is the rule.
Looks like you're going to be spamming that axe attack.
I will not, in fact, be spamming it, but I will be using it pretty much any time that he comes up.
You call him laughable. It looks like because he spends a lot of time underwater, it's just plain annoying.
Yeah, but that's the only challenge. Well, not even really challenge, but that's the only gimmick in this fight that prolongs it. If he would actually stay by the surface more often, this fight would go over in 2 minutes instead of the 3 it takes.
So why don't you just follow him? You gotta
I
fucking
can't
hurry up
sink.
and attack. You can't sink?
I cannot sink yet.
Can you swim?
No, I cannot swim down. I am constantly hovering at the top of the water because I cannot go down unless I jump into the water. And even then, I only go down in limited ways.
Well, that sucks.
It's the same condition that Soma had in the last game that we had to get a soul to correct.
Well, I mean, is it because is Soma part vampire?
No, Soma is not part vampire, slash he is actually Dracula, so...
What?
Come on, Claude, you were there for the last game. You know that I spoiled that already.
That Soma is actually Dracula?
Yes, Soma is actually Dracula.
Well, then he shouldn't be able to swim at all.
Yeah, but he isn't, you know, the original Dracula. He is taking over Dracula's power of dominance.
Well, yeah, but like, don't you know the rule with vampires is that they can't traverse bodies of water unless they're in the coffin filled with the soil of their birthplace?
Which is an incredibly specific weakness that I don't think that this particular mythology holds.
Well, no, this is obviously an adaptation of the mythology, but the original Dracula set forth that. Which, as I understand, the man, God damn it, what's his name? Bram Stoker, which I believe is short for Abraham Stoker. He did a lot of research for that fucking book.
Yes, now we can finally sink underwater, because we have a soul that allows us to do it.
Okay. So they're using the Legend of Zelda thing, where you have to get an item just so you can dive.
Yes. And in the next part, we'll be exploring a large portion of subterranean hell.
In the next part, I'll make sure we actually know what the fuck's going on.
Alright, be safe, guys.